Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fuzzfinger here, and I hope you're hyped for more Final Fantasy XII, because today we're going to be finishing off the Necrohol of Nabudis dungeon that we started in the last episode, and this is going to conclude, if all goes to plan, with us recruiting a brand new powerful Esper. So if you enjoy watching today, please do go ahead and support me by hitting the like button, and let's get started with today's show. As you've probably noticed, if you've been collecting any number of Espers up until this point, if you've been following my walkthrough, you should have quite a few by now. Most of the Esper battles generally have something special about them, just to make the fight a little bit harder. And this particular battle against our latest Esper is going to be no different. And so what makes this battle special is that the attack command, that's just the normal standard attack command, is going to be disabled, which means you're going to have to rely on magic attacks and techniques in order to take this guy out. Now, you've got numerous options at your disposal. In terms of techniques, you've got the choice of Soul Eater, for example, or Guild Toss. And in terms of magics, Bio is a good one. The problem is this boss spawns with 4 ads, and they're each basically going to absorb different elemental attacks, and because of that you're going to have to be careful in how you're throwing out your AoE magics. So Bio is a good one to use, as is Scourge or Scathe if you have those, if you're using a Black Mage. But instead I'm going to opt for a tactic that relies solely on techniques, and in particular because I've got 8 million gil, I'm happy to spend some on the Guild Toss ability. Guild Toss throws 10,000 gil each time, and it does 10,000 damage split amongst all foes in range. So with the adds up, you're going to do less than 10k damage to all the enemies, you know, individually, but you'll still do 10k overall. And I've got all 3 of my party members, active party members, that's Varn, Fran and Ash, set up to use Guild Toss. And then once the ads are dead, Guild Toss will do 10k damage on the boss himself. So you don't have to use Guild Toss, but to me it's just the most obvious ability. If you want to use Guild Toss but don't have much gil, do go and check out my gil making video, where you can see how to make millions of gil in a very, very short amount of time. Alternatively, you can use the Soul Eater ability. Soul Eater does lovely amounts of damage, but it does also do damage to the person casting it. So make sure you've set up some gambits to keep them healed and what have you. And then finally, in terms of gear, this guy does like to cast silence, so I do recommend having the accessory to get rid of silence, or which, I can't think what it's called off the top of my head, Rose Corsage is the one I think, or have Echo Herb Gambits, or have Ribbon Gambits, which is what I'm using, which is my go-to accessory in all honesty. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot to it. Just make sure you keep your party healed, and hopefully we'll get through this one without too much trouble. But I guess we're about to find out as we head through the Door of Despair. So this is where we need to use the Medallion of Might. If for whatever reason you can't use the Medallion of Might, then you probably haven't done the other 2 doors that lead to 2 separate bosses. So just go and check out my previous video on that before you do this, because you won't be able to get any further. What a sick, friendly sounding fella. So this boss is level 57, which means he's quite high above my own character's levels, and he has 208,000 health, which is also quite mean when you consider the fact that he disables your attack. So as you can see, Guild Toss is basically a fantastic ability to use on this fight. It's literally just decimating him. And yes, we're spending gil, but when you've got millions of it, it goes down slowly. And 8 million gil, you can actually use Guild Toss 800 times before actually running out. One thing I should do actually, before we kill him if possible, is try and steal the Taros gem from him. So let's get our characters resurrected, but before we do that, let's make sure he's not going to die. Turn on that. Turn that off. That. You can have regen on for a little bit. So yeah, you can see he has some nasty abilities. Okay. And now we can just go back to killing him again. So I do like this Gill Toss ability. Obviously I only use it on specific bosses, because I don't particularly want to spend Gill all the time, but this is a great boss to have an excuse to use this very, very damaging skill. They actually removed the break limit in Zodiac Age, but as you can see they did keep the highest level of damage for Gill Toss at 10,000, which was wise in my opinion. Otherwise you'd do like 8 million damage. You could farm 50 million Gill and then just kill Yasmat in one turn otherwise. So yeah, probably wise to keep a damage limit on this ability. But that's it. So as long as you set your gambits up, then you're not going to have too much trouble taking down Chaos, even though he was a good few levels above my party. Utterly obliterated, completely destroyed. It's amazing what a good strategy can do, isn't it? And we obtain a new Esper, of course. So Chaos has now decided to hop along for the ride. I will be doing a video as well in the future, showcasing all of the Espers. I know I haven't used them a whole lot lately, but I just haven't really had need to. But they are awesome still, so, you know, I will do a showcase video at some point in the future. I'm going to bring Bash back in so that we can get float going. I'm going to show you how I'm going to distribute that Esper as well in a moment or two. Let's turn off some of the other gambits, such as Gill Toss. There we go. So 3 of my 6 characters can use that ability. Okay, Mega Elixir. Just check if there's any other treasures around here. That Mega Elixir, I believe, is a one-time only treasure as well, by the way. So you'll probably want to make sure you do pick that up before moving on. And it seems to be the only treasure in this room. I probably went to the right side to exit, so I was looking at my phone then. Okay, I'm going to show you then now, once we've come out of this room, how to distribute the Espers, although I'm sure you do know by this point, but some people ask me in the comments, so I'll try and do so on camera now. Obviously, it's wholly dependent on your own job, combinations and whatnot. But basically, when you learn Espers, you have to just bear in mind that the Esper disappears from all the other license boards. So you distribute it to the character that's going to unlock the best kind of abilities for the party. So giving this to Varn on this board would be pointless, because it's not going to lock any other abilities out if we don't. So we'll check his Bushi board, and giving him Chaos on this board will give him access to the Brawler ability. Not that exciting, so we'll see if there's any better combination here. Okay, pointless on Shikari for Balthea, and Foebreaker. Okay, so Balthea won't be getting this Esper because no other abilities are going to be locked by him not having it. Fran. So she could get the Ultima Blade. And there it is. Okay, so Fran is just basically going to be interested in the Ultima Blade if she gets this Esper. Right, so Bash. Now Bash is going to get Black Magic 7 and Black Magic 8. Now, I could be interested in those. So, the Ulan job looks like it could do with having Chaos. I'll check what about Time Battle Mage, if that's going to benefit from it. I'm not seeing it. There it is. Okay, so for Bash, the Ulan job could find that beneficial. Let's just check the other characters first. Okay, White Mage doesn't care about that Esper. Does the Machinist. Okay, not really. You'd miss out on 350 health, but it's the abilities you really don't want to miss out on. Okay, obviously, Black Mage is pointless. So it looks like Bash is going to be the one, unless the Monk... Mind you, the Monk's got 2 abilities. Ooh. Ooh, that's really cruel, isn't it? Ooh. Okay, so... Penelo, if I gave it to Bash, Penelo would miss out on Holy, Asunagar, Protectgar, and Shalgar. Since I'm not using Black Magics as much as I'm using White Magics, I think we're going to give it to Penelo, so that she can get Shalgar, Protectgar, Holy, and Asunagar. There we go. And I may as well teach you the... Oh no, I can't, I've got not enough license points, but at least you can learn these now. So just to confirm, Bash and everybody else will now be locked out of abilities that require that Esper. So he cannot learn Bio, Blindgar, Aerogar, or Silencegar anymore, which is a shame, but I did want the White Mage abilities on Penelo. But anyway, guys, I hope this video has helped you out. If it has, let me know in the comment section, and come back soon, and we're going to carry on with more Final Fantasy XII. More optional stuff as well for a while. Cheers all, take care.